In the 4th century BCE, the state of Qi, located in what is now the northeast of China, established the Jixia Academy, or the Academy of the Gate of Qi. This was the first time on record in China that a state had begun to act as the patron of scholarship, out of the apparent conviction that this was the proper function of the state. The academy is said to have attracted many luminaries, including Mencius, Zhuangzi, Zhaoyang, and Kunzi, but one of the most enigmatic texts in its collection is the Guanzi. The Guanzi is attributed to the court advisor Guanzhong, who had served as the prime minister to the state of Qi sometime in the 7th century BCE. However, scholars now agree that the text was penned by scholars of the Jixia Academy. The received text was edited during the time of the Han dynasty, combining a huge corpus of writings with many duplications and minor variations, reducing an original collection of 564 to 86 chapters. Later scholars saw the text as part of the legalist tradition, and the Guanzi does include many discussions on the use of law and statecraft. However, the text also includes Taoist influences, with some scholars suggesting that it represents an oral Taoist tradition that is otherwise uncaptured in the great works of the Lao Tzu and Zhuangzi. When it comes to politics, rather than the bedrocks of punishment and reward that are found in legalism, the Guanzi advocates for more flexible solutions. To quote, affairs have suitable and unsuitable solutions. For example, it is suitable to use an ivory needle to untie knots. What cannot be untied is then untied. As for those who excel at improving situations, when the nation's people cannot figure out how to untie a situation, they apply their skill but do not hold on to the situation without letting go. This would be unskillful, for it submerges the situation in laws and punishment. Such ability is not skillful. The Guanzi, in rejecting the rigid definitions of law, also rejects the rigid adherence to conduct seen in Confucian philosophy. Rather than a focus on right conduct and reciprocity, the Guanzi instead looks to nature, in tune with the exhortation to harmony with nature found within Taoism. To quote, for human beings there is something that governs them. Their laws, like rolling drums of thunder, cannot incite themselves. There is something always inciting them. What is this constant thing? It is present at all times. Looking for it with the eyes, it will not be seen. Listening for it with the ears, it will not be heard. Scattered throughout, it fills all under heaven. For the authors of the Guanzi, it is more important to align oneself with this natural impulse than to cleave to any convention of propriety. The Guanzi also sees one of the earliest examples of meditation, particularly in the part of the text called the Ni, or internal cultivation. This includes the description of breathing and posture practices, known as the heart-mind technique, which allows the mind to settle in calm through non-obstruction. The ultimate goal of this internal cultivation is Shen Ming, or spiritual intelligence, a state of mind where unity with the Tao allows for greater perception and insight. This process focused on the transmutation of essence, Jing, to energy or breath, Qi, and this Qi into spirit, Shen. The best way to understand spirit in this context would be to look at it as a world spirit, an aligning of oneself with the underpinning Tao. In conclusion, the question can be asked, what place does this enigmatic text hold within classical Chinese thought? The text is a great example of the intellectual dynamism within the Jixia Academy. It can certainly be seen as part of the later Huang Lao, a syncretic school important in the early Han dynasty, which drew on aspects of both legalism and Taoism. However, it should also be seen as an important part of the Taoist tradition in its own right. The writings precede that of the Nidan, or internal alchemy school, which was teaching important within the later Neo-Taoist movement. Overall, the text is interesting and refreshing, and gives a different view into the Taoist practices and thought of the day.